just in general for students who want to get into sustainability. There's so many options right now, even if your school doesn't offer it, but to take external sort of join external organizations, any NGOs in your area. I know Hong Kong, there's a lot of them. Malaysia, there's even more, and especially in London as well now. There's always going to be some out there. You just have to find ones that you really resonate with, find perhaps connections that you have, and just join programs like this, like Sustainapod, and learn about different companies that are in this space. And yeah, there's always a way if you really search hard enough.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean that's really cool because you said that that's what led you to um, biological sciences at Imperial. Were there any other factors of why you chose biological sciences, and how would you get to that conclusion? Because there are a lot of students right now that don't know what subject to get into in university.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was having quite a hard time deciding initially because, as I said, I was super interested in the ecology and conservation aspect of my course. So initially, I was looking into doing more of a niche course, for example, ecology and environmental sciences. I think that's what they called it at Imperial. And I looked into that, and I think other unis, for example, UCL, I know they offered a version of that course, and some others as well. And so it was either for me a choice between this niche course that really honed in on conservation theory and ecology, or doing a more general course like biosciences. And for me, what made me decide to make that switch to biosciences in the end was because I also wanted to give myself some leeway and just learn about other different topics that I potentially could be interested in. So I would never have gone on to do the agritech idea if I didn't do biosciences, because I learned so much about, the plant pathogen side of things. I learned about applied molecular biology. So all of these additional courses that were in the more general stream gave me a chance to explore topics that initially I thought I wouldn't be too interested with in the beginning. But then after studying them, I was like, oh, actually, there's quite a lot of relations and links that I could apply to doing conservation work even outside of just the ecology courses. So I think it's important to have set up your future, and give yourself as many opportunities as possible, because I know that if I went to the niche course, I could probably only really limit myself to ecology based consulting or ecology jobs. But now with a bioscience degree, I can practically go into business, I can go into consulting, I can go into agri tech, green tech, and it's just more diverse range of options that were presented to me. So that's kind of what ultimately made me make the switch.
Are there What were the pros and cons of choosing biological science after doing your degree? What were some pros and cons that you think of choosing this degree?
Yeah. Okay. After degree or in my degree as well, like the courses and all of that.
Oh, as in like after doing your degree, what were some things
Okay.
that you thought were
In
like
terms of career or okay.
anything?
Let me think. I think pros is kind of coming off the back of what I said. So it gives you such a diverse range to go into many different things. Most of my classmates, yeah, some of them have gone on to do masters, but I know another person has gone on to work in a gaming industry. So completely different to sort of, I think they did a master's in business after that, but then they went on to do, to work in the gaming industry, which is so different to what you're learning in the general course. So one of the pros is that you're not limited to just being in the science field, because you can get all those transferable skills. People really value your data skills, your technical skills that you learn in your degree. And that's so impressive, for any employer looking to hire you, and knowing that you're already in that science sort of space. And then another thing is, yeah, having a STEM degree is super important if you want to go into research or lab work, or anything related to that sort of field, if that's what you're interested in. I think some of the cons, maybe specifically for my course, but initially we were told, the type of courses that you chose in your degree doesn't really determine your career, which to a certain extent is true because you can take on other internships during your time at uni, which are super important in building your profile. But I think now I'm realizing that, you do also have to be a bit selective with the courses that you choose, because it gives you the knowledge to be able to talk about it in interviews if you want to go into another space. So, for example, I recently tried to get a job or an internship at a microbiology firm that was also kind of related to conservation. And it was a little bit hard for me to sort of, show them that I knew all the technical knowledge because I didn't really do a microbiology course, even though I was so passionate about their cause. So, to that example, the courses that you do choose play a little bit of a part in, helping setting you up for better interviews, giving you a better technical understanding. So you do have to be a little bit more selective and, I guess, forward planning to think about what you really want to do. But yeah, I guess that's the main con from my, from what I've
Yeah,
experienced.
that's fair. That's fair.